In the complex theater of human interaction, we are all actors playing a part. We learn the lines, master the gestures, and perfect the art of the polite smile. It's a social contract, an unspoken agreement to maintain harmony. But what happens when the performance is a lie? What happens when the warmth you feel from others is just a carefully constructed illusion, designed to mask a colder, harsher reality? Some people will smile directly to your face, their laughter echoing yours. They'll engage in what seems like friendly banter, asking about your day, nodding along to your stories. They will act friendly, even supportive, creating a comfortable facade of camaraderie. You might leave these interactions feeling seen and valued, believing you've made a genuine connection. But beneath this polished surface, a different current flows. Deep down, where true feelings reside, they don't respect you at all. This hidden disrespect is a subtle poison. It doesn't announce itself with overt hostility. Instead, it seeps into the spaces between words, into the briefest of glances and the smallest of gestures. It's the joke that has a slight edge you can't quite place, the compliment that feels backhanded, the constant, low-level interruptions when you try to speak. And the worst part? This covert disregard chips away at your confidence, making you question your own judgment. You start to wonder, am I being too sensitive? Am I imagining things? Most people go through life never noticing these signs, attributing their unease to their own insecurity. They accept the surface-level friendliness, completely unaware of the lack of respect lurking just beneath. But these are not figments of your imagination. They are real, measurable signals. Psychology reveals a fascinating and disturbing pattern of subtle behaviors that people unconsciously display when they secretly see you as being of a lower status or unworthy of their genuine esteem. These are the tells, the cracks in their performance that expose the truth. Learning to recognize them is not about becoming paranoid. It's about reclaiming your power. It's about learning to read the room for what it truly is, not just what it pretends to be. Today, we pull back the curtain. Here are 7 signs someone secretly disrespects you. Sign number 1. They constantly interrupt you. Conversation is a two-way street, built on the foundation of mutual respect. When someone genuinely values you and what you have to say, they give you the space to express yourself. They listen, not just to respond, but to understand. This is the hallmark of a healthy, respectful dynamic. But what happens when that respect is absent? The most common and telling sign is the constant interruption. It's not the occasional, excited overlap in a fast-paced chat. It's a pattern. Imagine you're in a team meeting, laying out a well-thought-out proposal. Halfway through a key sentence, a coworker cuts in saying, "Yeah, but the better way to do it is this." They don't just add to your idea, they hijack it, dismissing your contribution before it's even fully on the table. Or picture a dinner with friends. You're sharing a personal experience, and someone repeatedly finishes your sentences for you, or jumps in with their own, unrelated anecdote, completely derailing your story. In both scenarios, the message is the same. Psychologically, chronic interrupting is a subconscious power play. It's a move to establish dominance and control the conversational floor. By cutting you off, the interrupter non-verbally signals that their thoughts, opinions, and time are more valuable than yours. It's a subtle assertion of superiority, a way of saying, "I already know what you're going to say, and my response is more important than you finishing." It fundamentally devalues you as a contributor to the conversation. So, how do you respond? Don't absorb the disrespect. Reclaim your space. The next time it happens, hold your ground. You can hold up a hand and say calmly but firmly, "I'd like to finish my point." Or, "Just a moment, I wasn't done speaking." This isn't aggressive, it's assertive. You are teaching them how to treat you and reinforcing that your voice deserves to be heard. People who respect you will pause and let you finish. Those who don't have just revealed themselves. Sign number 2. They ignore your boundaries. You say you're busy, they push anyway. You say no, they keep insisting. Disrespectful people treat your boundaries like suggestions instead of rules. Respect means understanding limits. Sign number 3. They only talk when they need something. Notice when someone suddenly becomes friendly. right before asking for a favor. Disrespectful people see others as tools, not equals. When the benefit disappears, so do they. Sign number 4. Jokes at your expense. Backhanded jokes are a classic power move. They insult you, then hide behind humor. Relax, it's just a joke. But repeated jokes targeting you are rarely innocent. They are social testing. Sign number 5. They dismiss your opinions. You share an idea. They dismiss it immediately. But when someone else says the same thing later, suddenly it's brilliant. That's subtle status signaling. Sign number 6. Public versus private respect. Some people treat you well in front of others, but dismiss you privately. That means the respect is performative, not real. They value image, not you. Sign number 7. Their behavior changes around high-status people. Watch how they behave around someone they admire. Suddenly they become polite, attentive, careful with their words, but with you, they're careless. That contrast reveals true respect levels. We've walked through the subtle, often invisible currents of human interaction, decoding the silent language of disrespect. It's a language spoken not in words, but in actions, or the glaring absence of them. Respect is rarely announced. It's revealed through behavior, the constant interruptions, the dismissive body language, the one-sided conversations. These aren't random occurrences. They are data points, painting a clear picture of how you are valued in the eyes of another. Ignoring them is a disservice to yourself, an acceptance of a narrative you did not write. But the good news is that awareness is power. Once you learn to notice these signs, you can no longer unsee them. You graduate from being a passive participant in your relationships to an active architect of your social world. With this clarity, you can finally decide who deserves your time and energy. This isn't about creating conflict or demanding validation. It's about quiet curation. It's about recognizing that your focus, your presence, and your emotional investment are finite, valuable resources. You must allocate them wisely, investing only in those who reciprocate and enrich your life. Because the fastest way to gain respect is to demonstrate that you respect yourself enough to withdraw your presence from those who don't. True power isn't forcing others to see your worth. It's having the self-worth to walk away when they prove they're blind to it.